Two, three. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming or watching this video. I come with my buddy Bobby Kurniawan out of Dallas, Texas, sub two leader. Had the pleasure of meeting him maybe about a year ago through a networking event, and actually it was from another fellow real estate investor that connected us in a way. And so
Yes,
he took some time out in his morning. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be busy today, but just have a chat about just random real estate stuff, where he's at, what he's doing now, and just talk about his journey so far. So no further ado, Bobby. Thank you again for coming through, and let's just tell everybody what you're up to right now, or however you want to start.
yes. Good morning, George. Thank you for having me. Yes, I am right now operating co-living properties. I have six, all of them in the DFW area. I have five with the pet split, and one I run it on my own. So I want to start and see if I can operate it without the pet split. So far, it works pretty well. Um, I also implement a new element into the co-living method, which I use the removable wall. So
Wow.
in case something that happened to the house, the city um, issue with the city or any reason, so we can just remove the wall and reconvert the house back to the original condition and sell it. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
that's the last one. We use the removable wall. So I think going forward, that's what I will use.
Okay. So you just started that, and have you had a chance to either sell the property back as a regular property? Because for the people that don't know, I know with past splits, your goal is to convert that either 3-2 or how many original rooms it has and bath to what you can do multiple spaces. And so, what gave you that idea to do the removable wall?
Yeah, the idea is in case because I saw lately there are several cases with the city.
Okay.
They kind of like what want to shut down the operation. So when I came across a removable wall, I said, well, this is a good element that we can add into our business model. So in case that issue happened to one of our property, then we can just remove the wall. Right now, with the the traditional wall, we have to add, and then if something happen like that, we have to remove, and all of that will cost us, and the result is none. We have to throw away everything.
True.
But with the removable wall, if there is something happen to that property, we can remove the wall, we can keep it, and we can reuse it in other place, in other houses. So we do not lose everything in total. So we still keep those materials. We can also is make it easier for us to convert back to the original condition. So we can save quite a lot of cost if you multiple that with a lot of houses.
Hmm.
That that will be a big number. It will add up.
Gotcha. It is like you said, Bobby. It's either paying to do those modifications, and then obviously your goal would be to keep it forever. But obviously, when you run into situations with the state or not being able to run the operations as a pass through, then it's being able to either save that money or be able to use it by having a removable wall compared to spending more money to remove that wall, and then you're negative in that, in a sense.
Correct. Have to fix again, repair again, and then with all those trash, we have to spend money also to throw away those trash. So yeah, we can save quite a lot. And also, I came across with the idea of arbitrage. Um, I am in the process of working on one now.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, this removable can come in handy for arbitrage.
Gosh.
So yeah, we do not leave anything, and then when our lease is up with the landlord, we can just remove the wall, and it's back to the original condition. Yeah, we may to fix a little bit, of course, but it
Not that
will be
much.
minimum. Yeah,
Right.
it will be minimum.
And for somebody new maybe listening, Bobby, when you say arbitrage, what do you mean?
Arbitrage. So we can lease from a landlord, and um, and we let them know that we are going to sublease the property to multiple people. We will rent it by room. So we
Okay.
lease from a landlord and we sublease to multiple people. So yeah, that's the idea of the
Nice.
rental arbitrage.
Okay, man, I would love to see how that works, because obviously it's the way we being like primarily sub too, but also other investors is being able to use that as an exit strategy, especially if we're keeping the loan in place, of being able to say, my exit strategy is I want to run a pass split arbitrage, and then being able to explain that to them, and obviously it's building that trust, because now they know that obviously if you run a successful pass split, more than likely the income that's going to come in is going to be enough to at least pay the mortgage, and whatever is on top of that, then obviously you as the owner, that's going to be your profits.
Yes. So the arbitrage, the rental arbitrage for us, the co-living operator, will enable us to enter with a lower entry. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, the house is already like a turnkey already. So we will make a very little adjustment in there on the house. So yeah, maybe by what, like a 10,000, maybe 20,000,
Hmm.
we can have already one co-living.
Nice. So, Bobby, obviously we can get deep down, and it can be like a wormhole of breaking down everything with past splits. But if I can ask you on the past split you made, the latest past split you've done compared to the first one, what would you tell that Bobby when you from the first one to what you're doing now? Any advice?
Yeah, we evolve and we add a lot of elements into our model. So the
Mhm.
first one, we we use the old way, conventional loan with the burr strategy. So yeah, it's just strictly old-fashioned conventional loan,
Mhm.
20% down.
Right.
Yeah, kind of a higher interest rate for us investor.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and yeah, just a normal loan. Um,
Gotcha.
and then we add the co-living element to it. Oh, okay. With the co-living, we can have pretty good cash flow. And then I came across with the subject to property. So I add that element. So purchasing a subject to now with a lower entry, a low interest rate,
Nice.
um, and it can generate a much higher income.
Mhm.
So the one that you got a chance to stay for a night last year,
Yes, yes.
that one was a purchase subject to
Mhm.
with a low interest rate, about 3% interest rate. Yeah, our mortgage was about 2,000 or less than 2,000. but it can generate about 8,000 income per month.
Nice.
So yeah, it can generate quite a lot of cash flow monthly.
Man, that's sounds interesting, Bobby. And the fact that aside from obviously allowing me to stay there, which I enjoyed, so I can be like kind of like I can give you what do you call it, a testimonial or a good review, and say,
Yes,
oh yeah, I stayed at one Bobby's the location, and, yeah, and it was very cozy. Obviously, it was just overnight, but it was a bed, it was a desk, and I just had to stay there overnight, so it served its purpose. And obviously, the bathroom was clean, and if I were to stay there for a week, I guess I would buy some groceries. But I enjoyed it, Bobby. So I can imagine for the people that this model may help out. Going back to what we were talking about before the recording, is the fact that how the economy is looking like, and it's getting harder to afford a typical house, to where maybe somebody either in their like third level of life, to where they don't need all that, they just need something cozy, and they don't mind living with other people. Or certain models that I've seen you have is where you can have the room and the private bath, to where it's basically having your small little area and just sharing the kitchen areas.
yes, yes. So yeah, at first I was kind of skeptical with this idea, because back where I was, co-living was not like in the great condition like over here. I was back in my mind, who would rent that kind of place in the
Right.
US? Um, Once I saw the finished product, wow,
Hmm.
yes, I can see myself if I was single, if I was saving money,
Hmm.
um, I would rent a co-living room. I would just yeah control my expenses. I think it's really helpful for a lot of people. I think so. Our business model create a lot of affordable housing for a lot of people, and we
Nice.
target a single individual, single professional. So people with the income, they can afford a place um, to stay. So yeah, I think we are in a good position to help our community, yeah, with affordable housing.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. And with that said, Bobby, obviously it's not all rainbows and pot of gold. Obviously, I did see you, and oh yeah, I commend you on. I see you're recording more stuff, more content, which I'm like, man, where'd Bobby learn all that stuff? Maybe I need to take some lessons from Bobby, like the reels and the animations. And but I did notice the other day, I guess you had a situation where I guess maybe somebody who was I guess the proper way of saying, just had a little bit of like mental issues, and was causing a ruckus at one of your facilities. And knowing that, I mean, that's just part of the game of being a renter, and dealing with that, and obviously trying to deal it with the most peaceful way, and obviously having to involve law enforcement and all that stuff.
Yes, that I think it was an extreme example,
Hmm.
but that was 100% true. Um, that is exactly what happened. So he had stopped paying for like couple months already. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, his balance was yeah in the thousands already. Um, so we tried to process. I told the attorney, hey, we need to file this as soon as possible.
Right.
Let's get him out of the house because he was blatantly violating a lot of past rules.
Right.
Uh, he brought gas, overnight gas, to his room, and
Wow.
also he was kind of a bully. He was a huge, muscular guy.
Wow.
So yeah, he was bullying the other members. So
Wow.
I had to protect the other members. So
For
we
real.
had to file the eviction as soon as possible. And with the hurricane barrel, so
Mhm.
that kind of a slow down already a week or two, because a lot of office closed.
Mhm.
It delayed the court proceeding, etc. So yeah, it took like about 2 months until we could evict him. Once we got the writ of possession, we contact the deputy, the sheriff,
Right.
and inform them we need to evict this individual. So
Right.
yeah, the sheriff came and post the notice and gave him a few days to move out. He completely ignored it, and he just did it as usual. He came uh, yeah to the house just like normal,
Right.
and uh, we evicted him. I think it was on Thursday.
Okay.
And he came back like around afternoon,
Mhm.
um, and broke into the room.
I saw that.
Yeah, we called the police. Um, they didn't show up until like almost midnight. So a lot of people already asleep. You know,
Yeah.
it's it's so late already. When he saw that the police coming, um, he he ran away through through the window. Okay, I thought
Wow.
uh, I thought it was done already, but
Mhm.
then once the police left, he came back to the house.
Wow.
Uh, had to call again the police like another hour, 2 hours.
Mhm.
Had to wait again. Um, they took him, they booked him, but they soon release him.
Right.
So as soon as they, as soon as he was released, he broke into the house again.
Wow.
So yeah, we had to call the police again. Um, hey, this he is already evicted, so yeah, we cannot have him keep coming back to the house. So yeah, they detain him for trespassing. So
Right.
yeah, and so as of today, yeah, he hasn't come back to the house again.
Gotcha, Bobby. Well, I'm
Yes,
pretty sure that was something quote unquote stressful for you, because it's not only you and your business; it's taking care of, like you're saying, the other people that they pay their amount to be safe and have where they can stay. And as you having a disturbance like that, and having you to step up and take care of that as well. So good job on that. And like I say, just then doing it obviously the proper way. Obviously, in today's
yes,
America, you have to do everything with paperwork and follow the rules,
correct,
and obviously, eventually, just work with what's going on as an entrepreneur. Like I'm learning, you have a lot of valleys and hills and all that stuff.
yes, yeah, we have to do it legally. So yeah, we do not like bypass any procedure. Everything is according to the law. So we do not. Yeah, we don't want to violate anything. So yeah, everything was done legally,
Right,
and yeah, thankfully it's over. it,
right.
it was pretty stressful for a lot of people, especially the one who stays at the house.
Yes,
They have been putting up with him for yeah 2 3 months. So you can imagine how stressful it was for them.
true, true. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're able to take care of that, Bobby, and obviously share that that experience with somebody that unfortunate that may happen, and that's like the pros and the cons of be having rental properties in different ways, but obviously it's being able to take care of your customers, because it's something that we like to talk about is serving others, and obviously giving them an opportunity to stay somewhere based on the opportunity was given to you. And so obviously it's taking care of everybody in that situation. So thank you for
Correct,
that.
correct. Yeah, safety for everyone. So yeah, I'm glad it's over. But that is part of the business.
Right.
So yeah, we are not embracing it. We are not, but we are also not intimidated by it. So if
Yes,
it
yes.
happen, it happens. We just need to uh, react to it. We just need to resolve the problem. So yeah, just like any other thing, there are problems. So
Gotcha.
yeah, that's not the only problem. Yeah, we're dealing like daily issues.
Mm-hmm. Well, Bobby, I know right now I'm still early in the game, and typically, most likely, just wholesaling and being that connector and learning how to be that person to where it's getting the being the middleman, or what I've been told, the broker, between the wholesaler and a potential buyer like you, and just seeing if it makes sense. So obviously, when I get to that level, because that's the whole point of this journey, is being able to go. It seems like we're on the same path, but on opposite spectrums. To where you're the buyer, and I'm the one finding the property for you. And as I'm learning how to speak to people, how to be of service, you're doing the same thing on the back end. You're waiting for somebody like me. Hey, bring me opportunities, George. Get to know what I'm buying, and
Yes,
then obviously it goes a little bit further in that it's talking about something that I've noticed these last 3 years, to I guess away from the past split part. It is I like this one guy, his JJ Zion. He always that phrase always sticks to my head is chase the relationship and not the deal. To when it
yes,
is, reaching out to somebody like Bobby, I know about past split, or like at least if I'm in sub two, let me look at the content that he's recorded, or whoever does, do a little bit of research first, then reach out to you, and not make it all about the opportunity. Hey, Bobby, I think I have a past split. I done a little bit of research. Let me know whenever you have time. I would love to see if this makes sense for you.
yes. Wholesalers are one of a very important position. Um, Without the wholesalers like you, I would not be able to purchase all those properties. So
Right,
for and buyer investors for us, like us, yeah, you play a crucial role to bring those deals. I think the same way that you are playing a crucial role to the seller, you are helping them. Um, they have a specific difficulty, I think. So yeah, maybe agents, brokers won't be able to solve
right,
their problem. That's when wholesalers can step in and yeah and help them to overcome the issue, the problems. So
right,
they yeah they can continue with their life. So I'm grateful for the wholesalers. Um, I think a lot of wholesalers um, are contributing greatly to the community, but you guys don't get like the recognition for it.
right. Well, I appreciate that, Bobby. And like I said, it's the fact of obviously the relationship is first figuring out the seller situation, and if you can
Yes,
provide a solution for that, and then obviously creating the relationship with somebody like you, then I know that this person, if we do the deal as a sub two, because doing a sub two is very risky. It's letting
yes,
the sellers giving me trust that I'm going to maintain those mortgage payments, but because I
yes,
know Bobby's gonna more than likely do this as a pad split model, there's so much difference that more than
Yes.
likely he's not gonna not default on
Yes.
the payment because he's gonna make so much more money on top of that. But obviously, if it's not possible, it's more than likely it's not gonna happen. But because of the end strategy you're using as a pad split buyer, the seller should feel comfortable with going moving with the like say their life, whether it takes up to hybrid, where it involves not only maintaining their payments but maybe putting some money in their pocket or straight
Correct.
sub two.
Yes, I do have one with the seller carry. That is the latest one, the one that I implement the temporary removable walls.
Okay,
So yeah, we are making payments to the seller on the monthly basis. We communicate quite often with the seller.
right,
So yeah, we had a good relationship. He's happy that I was able to get that from his burden. So yeah,
right.
he's yeah he can continue with his next chapter in life.
There
So
you go.
yeah, we are helping people. Also, that property now is rented by the people who work in the same company. So they
Oh yeah,
uh, they know each other, so they're all friends in the
nice.
house. So yeah, we can solve certain people's issues. So
Right,
affordable housing, I think, is going to get worse. I think I don't see it's going to be much easier for people to buy a house. I think it will be a lot harder. Um, some come up with the idea of the tiny homes, um, mobile homes. Some, yeah, there are a lot of alternatives,
right.
and co-living is one of that great options for them. Mostly, we have in the major metropolitan in the city area, so they don't have to commute too far,
Got it.
but still can afford to have a place that they can call home. So
Got it.
yeah.
Okay. And speaking of that, Bobby, I know you touched on it a little bit, and I've been spoiled by you by asking you questions all the time. But as far as for other people that may have a opportunity for you, typically for a pad split, it's in the major metropolitan cities like a Houston and like a Dallas, and as long as it's in the middle, right, not on the outskirts, because like you were saying, it needs to have access to public transportation. It needs to be enough parking because it's going to be multiple people living there. Enough parking
Yes.
spaces, no HOAs, and I always forget
Yes.
the square footage. I know it's a certain square footage, which is obviously the minimum. So obviously more is better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
square footage, just enough for at least about 5, 6 bedrooms. I think
Hmm.
that's the minimum. Under five, we will have to have a very low mortgage, or maybe to have it like free and clear. That
Right.
is probably okay. But when you have a mortgage already, I think 5 to 6 bedrooms, I think will be the minimum. So the size about 1,500, I think that is like the minimum.
Okay.
If we can have about 2,000 square feet, I think that's an ideal number.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and another question I do run into, I do have one here in Houston where the I believe the mother owned the property. I believe she passed away. So the son
Okay.
was behind on the mortgage, but luckily he was able to pay the reinstatement amount. But this property is very big and it's dated. And but I think because of the price range, I don't think it'll work out for you. So as far as price range, is there a because you want to keep it in the median range, correct, Bobby? Or how's that
Yes,
work?
yes, yeah. We want to make sure that we don't have to make too much monthly payment. So if we can get like in the low 2000 PITI, I
Mm-hmm.
think we can have a pretty decent cash flow
Mm-hmm.
on the monthly basis. So yeah, low interest rate, that is really, really helpful for us.
Okay.
Yeah, the two property that I purchased subject to have a very low interest rate, 3.25, I think 3.5.
Nice.
Yeah, and those two can generate more income. So by having that, I can distribute a little bit to toward the other properties that didn't cash flow that much. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have several like in the 7% interest rate. So yeah, it's pretty high. So the cash flow is kind of low, but
Mm-hmm.
um, cash flow is not the only thing. We also build our equity. We are paying off the mortgage. We are also riding the appreciation, and for our tax, yeah, we can use depreciation also. So yeah, real estate is a really, really good industry for us to be in.
Nice, nice, Bobby. That makes sense. That's very helpful. And for like say anybody I know, a lot of people like say they'll come to me, hey, George, you know anything about passively? I'm like, well, either watch this video or if you're in so too, I believe Bobby has some content inside the vault, and I mean, it depends. Let me check with Bobby. I don't want to waste time, but just bombarding you with people. So it's being able to kind of help you filter to that, or even myself, running an opportunity because I do direct to agent outreach, and
Yes,
with a couple sub two students here in Houston that it's little to no equity properties that are I may be setting too much secret sauce, but the properties that are from 2019 to 2023 because the majority of them are the interest rates that are either 5% or less.
yes,
And so it's being able to obviously have the confidence in saying, "Hey, I want this, I want this, I can make this happen." So if that is your hot area, now I have even more confidence where I think somebody like Bobby will buy it, and the fact that he's using the passive model, your seller shouldn't worry about not making payments. We're gonna make the
yes.
payments more than likely.
Correct, correct. Yeah, so far I purchased about four subject to um, paid all of them always in time. So we help the seller to build their credits.
Hmm.
Um, uh, one uh, one of those seller now is even thinking to buy another house for them.
Nice.
So we help a lot of people, not only for the affordable housing, but also for the seller. They can get back on their feet, and yeah, some of them probably able to purchase another house.
Right. Or even the sense that, like I just learned this right now talking to you today about the arbitrage part, where
Yes,
if somebody has like a rental portfolio and one of those properties ends up matching to where a lot of times with a rental portfolio, from my experience, a lot of times is offering seller finance to where if you're able to negotiate that down payment good enough, then that'll be a good model for you to pick up or a property off seller finance because now the seller more than likely is at the age where he doesn't need the big chunk of money. He just needs that comfortable paycheck each month. And with a pass play model or arbitrage, he can make that happen, he or she.
yes, yes. I think I will implement that model more. I think um, that is a very low entry. So
Hmm.
yeah, basically, yeah, it's like almost zero out of a pocket to do it. Yeah, maybe very little for the removable wall. I think we just add rooms, adjust a little bit on the electrical and
The
the
AC.
mechanical. Yes,
Yeah.
and the AC. But yeah, that's a minimum, and it can generate pretty good rental income, passive income. So
Yes.
passive income is I think is the best is the
Right.
best way to build wealth.
Right.
While you are sleeping, while you are on vacation, while you are out doing other things,
Making that
the
money.
rent comes in. Yeah, it
Yeah.
generates a steady income. So yeah, that's what I love about this investment.
Okay. And based on the model you have, it is like a full circle. Like if it is a sub two or even a regular cash deal, the seller's happy. You're happy because you can acquire another property, and then the tenants that you're renting it out to, you're giving them a comfortable space to call home, whether it's for a couple months or for maybe a lifetime. And then
Yes,
you get that, you get a little bit of income, you get to sleep and make money, and repeat it again just as much times as you can. Or you get tired, maybe you can sell that business to somebody else and you can move on to bigger and better things, which I know you've been sharing with me. So yeah, it's about learning and growing and getting better at each level and not stopping.
yes, yes. We have the community also. Instead of having like a rundown house, we step in, we make it nice.
Right.
So yeah, we are paying the property tax, right? So
Mhm.
all that contribute to the community. So yeah, I'm proud that I can contribute something to the society.
Got it. Got it, Bobby. Well, man, I appreciate you. Like I say, it seemed like I tried to stay away from past split, but it seemed like most of the conversation was about that. So, like I say, I appreciate that, and hopefully this helps somebody, watching it. And yeah, hopefully we can bring you more deals, and obviously you have more to choose from. And then knowing that you have a very nice tonality of being able to explain why this wouldn't be a deal or why it wouldn't fit the passive model, and hopefully that person can take that in consideration and give you more, bring you back more value. And that's going back to the relationship part. It's the acquisition is dealing with the seller, and the end buyer dealing with the what about this property don't you like, or how can I fix this? Is it the numbers? Is it the quality? Is it the size? And being able to have those conversations.
Yes, co-living is one way, one exit that you can use, but not all properties can be used as a co-living.
Right.
So yeah, it depends. But if you are able to apply co-living into the exit strategy, then it makes a really powerful exit strategy for you. Um, a lot of uh, properties will not cash flow as a long-term rental.
Okay.
You will have to put in money every month just to pay the mortgage.
Wow.
So yeah, with the co-living, yeah, almost 100% of the time, yeah, we are able to pay the mortgage. Yeah, that's should not be a problem. Some even generate a nicer cash flow.
Right. Nice. And I like that, Bobby, what you said there. It is like I say, obviously, me knowing you personally, and on the business side, it is when I am offering sub to an agent. Now I have the confidence. Yeah, more than likely this could be a patch split, and they're like, "What's a patch split?" And then you're able to explain that, and then that gives them assurance to where now they can tell the seller, "Hey, George is interested in buying this property." he told me about what he wants to do, and he wants to do pass split. Like pass split, what's that? And then maybe the seller does their investigation, and like, okay, we'll work with George, and then obviously that's when I connect you to the back end, and everybody's happy. So that's what it's all about. Creating those relationships, being able to solve problems with real estate.
Yeah, that's our job to create a win-win-win situation for everyone. So yeah, we with our with our business model, everyone is a winner.
Yes, yes. Okay. Well, Bobby, thank you. I think we're coming to an end, and obviously, like I said, we can well, normally when we get talking, people will talk real estate. You can talk all night, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yes,
The night doesn't end. But thank you for again sharing a little bit of your experience and obviously your passion for pad splits, and hopefully I'm not the only one that will bring any opportunities, or a matter of fact, I need to catch up to John and all these other people that are giving you some, so I can at least say, I finally gave Bobby a pad split. So I'll work on
yes.
that this year. And for anybody that's interested in pitching any potential pad splits to Bobby, correct me if I'm wrong. Right now, you're mainly in the Dallas and Houston area, correct?
Yes, mostly in Dallas, Texas. That's my main
Hometown.
market.
Okay.
Yes.
Sweet, sweet. Okay. Well, again, Bobby, thank you. Thank you for your time, and hopefully everybody that's listening, hope you can enjoy it. And please share it with somebody that may be interested, or reach out to myself or Mr. Bobby, and see what we can make happen. Let's help people solve problems and be of service at the end of the day.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, feel free to contact us. Um, yeah, and George, thank you for having me. I have a great time. So yeah, let's do it again for some other topics in the future.
There you go. More and more, and obviously, I'm trying to catch up to your social media game, and we'll make it happen. Learning and
Uh,
growing.
I just I just barely started. Everywhere I go and to the event, they always push, "Hey, Bobby, we need to put some contents out there."
Yeah.
Not to the extent to be an influencer, but
Hmm.
to show people what we do, so that they have a better understanding about our business model.
Right. Because if I go down your either your Facebook or your social media, it's like, what is Bobby about? And then, oh man, pass it, aspire, business. Like, oh man, okay. It's George. Oh, funny. Okay. Walking property. And like, funny, walking property, networking. And it even though we don't want people to judge us, but at the end of the day, it's like a calling card. It's kind of breadcrumbs to where, okay, this guy's serious compared to like, oh man, I see George drinking and smoking. I can't take that guy seriously, you know.
It's a connection. Those thing make connection. So yeah, to some people, when they see your personal content in there, they will have a personal connection. Oh yeah, George. Like a food. George loves beer. I love beer too. Oh, it looks
Yes,
like he drink the same beer like I do. So
yes.
yeah, it's a connection. So I would not judge on that.
Hmm.
Yeah, everyone has their own of way of expressing.
True.
I'm known as a person who doesn't express much. So yeah, my content doesn't express much either.
Hey, but you're working on it, and I commend you on that, Bobby. So good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool, cool. Well, all right, guys. Again, thank you. Like I said, reach out to us if you need anything. Obviously, if Bobby's too intimidating to you, let me be that middle person that'll make that connection, and we can make something happen. So, thank
Yeah,
you
feel
again,
free to
Bobby.
connect with us. All right, thank you, George.
All right.